insane day. Here in Durban, who would have expected almost 50 mils of rain the night before, one of the most epic events ever to happen in Durban. We brought some serious entertainment here to KZN, and let me tell you something, a massive thanks to JT Ross for allowing us to use this magnificent facility. I mean, this is, like we said, it's like Erzberg in KZN. It's crazy. I mean, the riders have come from all over. We've had Blake Goodside from Germany, Travis Teasdale from the UK, Carl Flanagan local. We've had some of the best riders in the country. We've even had our Extreme 2018 champion, William Slater, here with us today as well. It's been a fantastic day. The weather is starting to turn ugly once again, and I just want to thank everybody for sticking around with us and helping us get through a late start and enjoying themselves.
This is the Northfields ExtremeX. It's a super wet Saturday morning. It rained heavily last night. The cars are battling to get up onto the platform here where everybody's set the pits up. We're in for a great day of racing. We've got some big names here, Blake Goodside, Travis Teasdale, amongst other top riders. We're here at the JT Ross construction site. It's a huge track that the guys have got to play with today. I'm with Craig, dealer principal from KTM Durban. Craig, I see you got a big team here today. Tell me, you brought out all the big guns?
Yeah, all our team riders are here. We're going to give it a go. Going to be interesting with the mud and the rain this morning. I think the track's going to be quite tricky. We've got riders representing in all the classes, juniors all the way up through to seniors. And I've got the adventure bike here, but we'll see. We'll make a call a little closer to the start time on that one.
Oh my goodness, that adventure bike in these slippery conditions. Oh, you're going to land up in a hospital, my bro.
Yeah, it's not the hospital I'm worried about. I'm worried about the bill on Monday when I go take that thing back to the shop. Hey?
Steve, Super Tech Motorrad. Not a 250.
Lovely and clean, isn't it?
It is, for the last time. Lucky it's my boss's bike.
This is Steve Bailey just before the event starts. We're going to take a look and see what it looks like a little bit later.
It's definitely a different format. I think the guys don't quite know what to expect. It's a bit of a hybrid event between your extreme and your enduro and that. And yeah, I think trying to get over some of these obstacles here today are going to be hectic.
Right, I'm with Blake Goodside. You've come from abroad to come and participate in this event. Tell me a little bit about what you've been doing over there.
Yeah, we've been racing Super Enduro World Championship, and we got one round to go. I've had a pretty good season, new bike, new team, and yeah, we're building.
And now this event is slightly different, well, different for South Africans. How does this compare to overseas?
Oh, yeah, these conditions are identical to here, really.
I'm talking about the actual event, this new format that Clint's running.
Very cool, spectator friendly. I mean, you can see the people here who are wanting to watch the race. The ups and downs, you know, a bit of enduro cross. It's really cool. It's quite similar to 111 megawatt on a bit of a smaller scale, but it's really cool what Clint and everyone are trying to bring the racing to the spectators and give back to the sponsors.
Okay, awesome. All the best for later today. We'll come and find you when you're filthy, dirty and full of mud.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you.
Also Bernardi's famous shark diver. Fish out of water here in the mud.
Absolutely. Good to come here and see you guys, and was hoping to ride, but with these conditions, definitely a bit too tough for me.
So you're spectating today, Walter?
Definitely just spectating.
I'm with Dylan Jones. You're racing 125 this year. Tell me about coming off your 80 and onto the 125.
Yeah, it's a big change from the small wheels to the big wheels. Big power on the 125, so I'm enjoying the 125 much more. It's just a bit heavier, but I'll get stronger.
I've been watching your videos on YouTube and Facebook, and I see you doing a lot of preparation. Tell me what you're putting into it.
I've been training hard in the gym and on the bike. Obviously on the bike, a lot on the bike, so I think it's going to be a good year, so I can't wait.
And who's your main competitor today?
Caden Purchase, Colvin Kalo, Kieran Brown. I think the whole class. Anything can happen on the track, so we'll wait and see.
I believe you guys are going to go body surfing down the mud ladder.
We're going to go get a bodyboard now and tow around the parking lot here.
Please don't let us miss that.
The racing's not on, so we'll start some little circus going on the side.
Okay, awesome. That's Gary from Malaz Customs.
Under the Red Bull Arch, riders kicking off the day with a change in format, causing for some fierce racing. Pros, experts, high school, all in the mix, banging bars With a delayed start caused by heavy rainfall, thick mud and a broken track, everyone was super excited to get the racing underway. With the threat of the heavens opening once again, we were forced to reduce the heats from 3 to 2. Thick mud, massive ruts, huge pools of water, slipping and sliding, trying to find the best traction possible. Tyre choice, a huge conundrum for success. With the Dunlop Geomax AT81 range, riders guaranteed the best grip and balance possible. The Dunlop corner track right in front of the view of all the main spectators, proving to be a hot spot for the day's racing. Travis Teasdale, multiple South African champion on his Paul Trimborn Racing KTM machine, taking time out from his busy international racing schedule. He came out, put on a showstopper performance over Bravels Flanagan for second, Hume for third. Good start on that Perry Bikes Husqvarna, came with a plan, left with homework. Nonetheless, as usual, showing the crowd just what an international quality racer is all about. Chris Barnes, the ultimate privateer, with the backup support of Rocket Racing, back after injury in 2018, but still came out guns blazing, taking the win in the expert class overall. As the day went on, the weather threatening another attack, riders and spectators not taking much notice as they glued themselves to the action. William Slater on the TVR suspension, Perry Bikes Husqvarna, and the 2018 Extreme Enduro champion, punishing that RBS Yamaha Rock Garden as if it were the N3 to Johannesburg. Luke McClellan on that KTM Durban machine, a big man with a mix of talent between motocross and enduro, with a solid second in the expert class, showing us that multiple disciplines will pay off in this series. Calvin Hume racing for Perry Bikes Husqvarna. Keep an eye on this boykie, he's going places.
It was very muddy this morning and very mucky, and it filled the bikes up with dirt, and the bikes must have weighed about 50 kgs more.
Good to see young blood like Robert Moore coming through the ranks. It seems like young blood is everywhere. Warwick Neve on a YZ250X for the 2019 season. The high school 125cc class is super competitive, with Alfie Cox Racing Caden Purchase leading the charge like a man possessed. But keep your eyes peeled on the new boy on the block, Dylan Caswell, with a tie for first with Caden Purchase. A ding-dong battle once again between KTM and Yamaha. Hume on the gas, up the Honda Mschlanger Rocket Racing hill climb, up towards the crowd. This man definitely meant business. Darren Gray, Paul Trimborn Racing, and Gary Pega of the Titan Racing team having a great battle in the expert class, proving that the depth in South African racing is getting better.
Welcome to the new delusion. Your mind is your institution. Welcome to the new delusion. Welcome to the new delusion.
Flanagan, Bidvest Yamaha Blue Crew Racing Team, holding a solid second place position behind Teasdale.
Storm is getting closer.
Hume third, and Goodsight suffering the pain of a frustrating day.
I know our trials are far from over. Your freedom's just an illusion. Welcome to the new delusion. Welcome to the new...
Blake Goodsight flew in all the way from Germany just to make it for this event. True South African champion, there's nothing you can do, and also holding the 2017 World Super Enduro Junior Championship. It's on your belt, you can't take it away. It's like Mike Tyson losing his title, never going to happen, you know. Yeah. But so Blake here from Germany to come and join us. How did you find it out here today?
Yeah, first, well done to the whole Powersoul Extreme Eventing guys. They put on a great track, you know. The weather was really, really tough, and it had a good mix of everything, you know. I would say the adventure bike guys loved it, the intermediate guys loved it, and the pros had a good race. Travis rode very well, and I had a few small issues, but that's racing. And thank you to Perry Bikes for supplying me the Husky, and to Zane Davison, everybody for helping me come here and race.
Obviously, Blake, you spend a lot of time racing in Europe. You know, is the racing in South Africa with this kind of format, is this the way to go? I mean, or are we wasting our time?
Oh, 100%. I fully agree that this is giving back to the sponsors and showing the crowd exactly how cool racing can be. You know, it was a crappy day, and still a lot of people came out to watch. You know, I think this is the way forward, and congrats to you guys for pushing it.
It's so awesome to have Travis fly out from the UK to come and join us. He's been racing in Britain, and definitely making South Africa proud, and all his sponsors. Tell us, what did you think of today's action?
Yeah, no, it was really cool. The track was really slippery in the beginning. I think the format is on point, and we really need to have more events like this. It was more sort of spectator friendly, so hopefully we can have more rounds like this. And yeah, thanks Clint for you for preparing a race like this. It's yeah, it was when I saw the format and stuff, I was really keen to come test out the event.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. It's an absolute privilege, and we wish you all the best for back to the UK. Carl Flanagan, all the way from the South Coast, re-signed your deal with Yamaha this year. Fantastic, well done. You had a great season last year. Today you've come out, pulled out the hammer, and you obviously on the two-stroke. How did you find it?
Yeah, well, obviously it was a bit muddy in the morning, and it was very slippery. We battled to make it around the track and down the hills, but then it dried out really nice, really good big ruts formed, and it's more like overseas conditions. You know, we don't really get in our enduros or any of our formats, we don't really get big ruts, and the ruts that formed today were really cool. So yeah, I had a lot of fun, and I think spectator wise it's ideal. You got the right idea here, and just to be up on the hill, and even everyone was saying how it's nice to be able to see what we're doing. I really enjoyed today, and I'm sure everyone else did, so I would like to definitely do the next one. And just reading the calendar, it's a bunch of different races that sound exciting, so if you can pull it off, I think it'll be a good season and exciting racing, bringing the sport to the spectators. I'd just like to say thanks to my sponsors, Bidvest, Blue Crew, Yamaha, and all the associate sponsors. They get us here at the end of the day to do what we love, and thank you very much.
William Slater, 2018 Extreme Enduro champion. Today you were a bit hesitant about coming out here. I think it was maybe the poster that said Endurocross. After it all, what did you think?
Yeah, no, it is a good event. Awesome. It surprised me, to be honest. I wasn't too keen. First moto wasn't the best, but yeah, I definitely warmed up a bit. Yeah, so I just want to thank Perry Bikes, Husqvarna. They were awesome. I mean, we had a perfect pit setup. Zane the mechanic helped us quite a bit, changing tyres when the weather rolled in, swapping soft mousses, soft tyres. So yeah, that was a huge help. Yeah, and then everyone else, my Martis tyres hooked up awesome, nick in bars, yeah, helped my wrists because I've got some issues there. Yeah, and everyone was just good. TBR suspension, it did its job like it should.
And well done on winning the 2018 Extreme Enduro Championship.
Yeah, thanks, Clint.
true power soul fashion, focus on the juniors, yet again a priority, with new faces like Trenton Kretzmann, who also took the win in the Micro Mini 50cc class on the day. Here's Steve Bailey on that GS 1200 on the BMW Supertech machine, getting caught up behind Cody Gregor. To see the adventure bike enthusiasts coming out and enjoying the day with all the enduro bikers. Here we have Cody Gregor once again defying all obstacles and getting himself stuck on the big boy route. But Cody definitely not giving up and coming in leaps and bounds as the series will progress over the 2019 season. Travis Little coming to join us all the way from Pietermaritzburg. The Big Beat sponsored rider having a fantastic day with mom and dad giving him all the encouragement that he needs to stay positive. Here comes Reese Delaney on that PV50 machine in the thick mud, having a fantastic day out there. As the 65cc juniors line up, the racing is about to get even more exciting. And away they go through the thick mud, slippery conditions, never mind the water. Here they come with the new boy in the back there, the young Levi Smith, for the first time out in the enduro scene. Murray Smith joining us for the first time and coming out winning in the 65cc junior class. Sam Pedler, also a new kid on the block, finishing off the day in a respectable second place position. Good to see ex-BMXer turning enduro rider Levi Smith having a fantastic day out there. Levi Becker, fresh on the 85cc, racing for RBS Yamaha, battling in the rocks with the length of his legs definitely playing against him.
What do you say? The kiss goodbye to yesterday. This time will never get the rest of me.
With Levi getting back up and running again, unfortunately having to pull out from the day's racing with a broken radiator.
This is the type of terrain these X are coming through. Just falls to pieces. Just like crazy, crazy stuff.
Once again, the star in the 85cc Pro Mini class, Luke Walker of the Dynamic Racing team, coming out with massive amounts of confidence and loving this amazing track here at the JT Ross site in Glen Anil, Durban. Guy Henderson, the youngster from the south coast, making this rock garden look like a superhighway. This youngster carrying so much confidence and momentum with training out in Mzumbi. He's definitely a youngster to beat in the future. Bully, a hobby rider, a pocket rocket, making that KTM 200 look like a mountain bike, just the way he loves it, with those little legs dangling, creating as much traction as possible as he ruffles that bike up the hill climb, across the rock garden, and back on track. Keith Crew with a fantastic win in the hobby class for the day. Maurice Milton, an entrepreneur from the South Coast, racing in the colours of KTM Durban on that massive 450 man-eating machine. Milton in his element as he charges around the track like David Knight. Roy Stevenson, absolutely loving this man-made mud island in the middle of Durban. The man is on form at the moment, settling in with a great third place result in the Masters category. Focused and determined, Stevenson powers it on up the hill climb, up towards the spectators, making sure he does it with a nice steady rhythm.
Pain everywhere.
Yeah, hit my thumb then.
Nicely done, Tegan Beach, our winner in our ladies category, showing us that the ladies can definitely do it. David Rousseau looking so clean after such a muddy track. He must have been floating over the water. A massive thanks to JT Ross, our other sponsors, the riders, the spectators, and a shout out to the Powersol eventing team for pulling off a miracle.
The next event is the 30th of March at the Super Diggers track in Peace Vale. Don't miss it.